You say it's Mary's revolution. Well, you know, Cody wants to change her mind.
See, I think that when we move forward into season 20, if Meri plays her card right, this could be her swan song. I think that this is Mary's big opportunity for her to reveal to the fans who she is and what she's about. This is a chance for her to reintroduce who she is to the people. This is her chance. Why do you say that, James? I say that because of one good reason. For the last 19 seasons, Meri has been bending over backwards, or bending over per se, for Cody to come along and do what he wants to do. She's been providing him cover the entire time. She's been doing him the biggest favor possible. Meri has been the one who has been extending Cody the cloak of charity, the armament of ignorance, or however you want to put it. She's the one that makes Cody okay. But because Cody has been treating Meri the way he's been treating her, and frankly, I think Meri is getting tired of being treated the way she's being treated, and the fact that she catches a lot of shit because she allows Cody to treat her the way he's been treating her, I think that she might be at the end of her rope. Now, what difference does that make to Cody? That's a huge difference to Cody, because up till now, Cody hasn't had to really deal with Meri on any real front. Cody's been able to hide behind the fact that Meri has always kind of walked up to the line of turning on him or maybe saying something hard or harsh, and then turn right back around and trying to be civil, trying to be cool, trying to be mature. And that very well might work in polite society. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying that there's not a time to be polite, mature, kind, compassionate, and all those things, especially when it comes to your ex. However, this is reality TV, baby. This is the home of messiness. We want to see the dirt. We want to see the people getting upset. We want to see the truth. The one funny thing about reality TV, even though a lot of the situations are contrived, a lot of the arguments are remanufactured, when push comes down to shove, what people really want to see is they want to see the raw, real side of people's raw emotions, where they are, and that visceral effect that they have when they enter into these types of relationships. Cody has been running Meri down like a dog for years. Even in the first few episodes, he tries to play Mr. Happy Husband.
Oh, Meri, I love you so much. Let's talk about having another baby. I know you can't do it. Physically, you can't do it because you've tried. You've tried for the last 20 years to have multiple children, and you haven't been able to achieve it. But because the TV camera is here, I'm going to ask you about maybe trying again.
Knowing full well it's not really a possibility. And lo and behold, when his favorite wife offers her womb to Meri as a favor, which nobody believes, by the way, he turns around and he puts a kibosh on the whole thing. I thought you were cool with her having another baby. It wasn't that long ago that you were saying that you wanted her to go down and do these appointments with these experts so that she could possibly have in vitro fertilization, which is a huge expense. It's a lot of time. And to be honest with you, somebody who has difficulty conceiving children, holding children, and being able to make it all the way through a pregnancy, the prospect of going through the emotional turmoil of trying to have a baby when there's a strong possibility that she won't be able to pull it off. And then, of course, there's always the question at 40, 50 years old, do you really want to try to start over? You have a child in college and you want to start over with diapers? That's not a plan. It's easy for Cody to do it because Cody don't raise his kids. So, I mean, let's not pretend like it's the same thing. Well, Cody did it. It's not the same thing. With these women, that's your baby. That's not Cody's baby or Cody's responsibility. And it's not like, even if Cody did participate in Robyn's kids, it's not like he's going to stop going over to Robyn's house because Meri gets pregnant and has a baby. That whole thing was a lie. But even when he presented it to her, he tore her down that way. He's been ripping her to pieces the entire time. And by the time they moved into the homes in Las Vegas, the independent big houses on the cul-de-sac, Kody had already stopped going over to Meri's house consistently. And then we find out in season 19 that he comes to her and tells her,
oh yeah, by the way, now that we're out here in Las Vegas, you made me suffer for the last 20 years. So I'm going to put you through it and you're going to have to earn your spot on the team.
like it's a basketball team or something. Like these are the bad news bears of polygamy. Come on, people. This is ridiculous. But now is the time when Meri actually is starting to sound like she's coming around to the idea that she might actually start telling the truth. And that is very dangerous for Kody, because as she starts to get more and more comfortable with the idea of actually saying her piece and her truth, that's only going to be bad news for Kody and Robyn. Because when push comes down to shove, Kody has always pretended like he's Meri's friend when he's talking to Meri. Like he'll say kind of the both sides of his neck situation where he'll talk about how
Meri ruined the family. She was so mean, so nasty. She was such a disruptive force in the family.
But then when he's sitting there talking to her and he's tired of having all these fights and arguments with Christine and Janelle, now all of a sudden it's,
oh, I don't want to have any more arguments or disagreements. I'm not trying to wage war with anybody else. So Meri, come on in. You're my best friend now.
I don't want to be your friend because you don't have any other friends. I don't want to be your ally because everybody's turned on you because of the things you did. That makes no sense. And this is where a lot of the fans get angry with Meri. So what I'm saying and what I'm proposing is that if Meri's able to find herself in a situation where she actually starts telling people the truth and start, pretty much the truth is what the fans want. So you start giving the fans what they want and start recognizing the obvious. Like Christine is recognizing obvious.
Oh, I think that maybe Kody and Robyn were messing around before they got married.
You think? You think? Christine shouldn't be the only one out here saying things that everybody else knows to be true, or at least suspects to be true. Especially if you're in a situation, you're closer to it. You're telling me he's sneaking over to Robyn's house, but you don't think that anything was happening? All kinds of things were happening behind your back. And she finally came out and admitted it. So for Meri, there's a lot more that you can say that you recognize happened. The fact that, we want to hear from you, not just YouTubers or people at Starcasm or The Sun. I want to hear from Meri. Who was your contact person when it came to the catfish? There's rumored that Robyn was tied to one of the people who verified that the catfish person was real, and it turns out that that was a lie. So I want to hear from Meri who that person was and what her position is now that she's kind of away from the source and she's able to have more of a clear mind. Do you think that Robyn set your ass up?
It's become a category in my brain that I call, of course, but maybe.
And if that's a contention that Meri has, voice it. Say it. You don't owe her anything. Another thing that I know we're going to hear in the second part of this particular season is Meri coming to the realization that Robyn never really wanted her around. When she would call out to Robyn and try to hang out with Robyn, Robyn wouldn't pick up the damn phone.
Now, if I didn't answer the first time, what make you think I'm gonna answer the second time? Like, take a hint, bro. Who not next to their phone 24/7? I seen your call. I don't want to talk to you. Go away.
But then when Meri talks about moving, Robyn, I think, in my estimation, I think that Robyn was looking at it from the perspective of, well, if you move away, how are we going to film? Who are we going to film with? Because nobody else lives around here. You're the only person, the only kind soul, the only friendly Robyn had who she could film with. She couldn't film with Janelle because Janelle wasn't really interested in filming with her. Christine had already talked about moving back to Utah and already moved to Utah. So who was she actually going to film with other than Cody? She doesn't want to film with Cody because they don't really want to put their lives on TV. So the only other person that Robyn could film with was Meri, and I think that that's part of the reason why she kept Meri around. Now, here's the funny part about it. Meri is seeming to catch on to the fact that Robyn isn't really her friend, which opens the possibility that Meri might actually say some truth. and she might actually come out and start speaking the truth. Now, if she does that, here's my prediction. If Meri actually does that and she starts, now I'm not saying make up a bunch of lies or just come out to be mean and nasty to be mean and nasty, but just come out and tell the truth. Because that's what we want to hear. What's actually going on? What actually happened? If she actually did that, season 20 will be her season. Just like Christine had season 17, Janelle had season 18. Nobody really has season 19 right now in my estimation, to be honest. But season 20 could be her season. That could be her breakout season. And as Kody and Robyn are looking out for themselves, as Christine is building a life with her husband and she's looking out for herself. Janelle, God bless her, she bought a property with her daughter and her son-in-law, and she's looking out for herself. Now is the time for Meri to start looking out for herself. Because when this show ends, and unless there's a big turnaround or something happens within the next season or so, this show will end. The music will stop and Meri will be left without a chair. So this is your opportunity for you to actually start coming out and telling the fans the truth. Because again, right now, part of the frustration that the fan base has with Meri is that we don't feel, or at least I don't feel, I'll tell you what my frustration is. Speaking for myself, part of my frustration with Meri is, one, I don't think that she's honest with what's going on. She's not honest with us, or she's not honest with herself. And so thereby she's not being honest with us and telling us what's going on. She's covering too much for Cody, and clearly Cody is not covering for her.
Come on, man.
Which means that if he's disrespecting you and he's mistreating you, and you're still trying to protect him based on some sense of loyalty you have, then your loyalty, in my perspective, is misplaced. She's entitled to have her opinion just as I'm entitled to have mine. I don't believe in having loyalty to people who aren't loyal to you. I don't believe in laying down for people who are just going to walk all over you and take advantage of you. Now, you look out for the people who look out for you. You try to be civil. You try to be kind. You try to make sure that the family can move together in a positive way. I understand this is your child's father, but at the same time, don't let your baby daddy come along, kick you in the teeth, and make you look like an ass in public, and you're sitting around trying to keep his reputation whole.
What did he say?
You let the chips fall where they may. Again, I'm not saying go out and start lying on Cody. I'm not saying go out and start lying on Robyn. But what I am saying is, do us the service and do yourself the service of coming out and telling the truth. You'll be surprised how it works out. As Christine found out in season 16, there was a point between 16 and 17 where Christine had talked about she had a deep fear of leaving the family, because even though she left and she was eventually celebrated for leaving, there was a fear on her part that she was going to leave and the fan base was going to turn on her. She was going to lose everything. So for Christine, it was a huge challenge for her to actually walk away from the family, because she not only might be walking away from the family, she might be walking away from the show, she might be walking away from the money, and she might also be walking away from her support system. Janelle left, the fans supported her. Guess what's going to happen if you leave, Meri?
You're gonna learn today.
The fans will support you. But if you're going to come out, and if you're going to come out and say something that maybe the fans don't like, oh well, too bad, so sad. If it's something that I don't like, or the truth doesn't fit my narrative, it doesn't matter. Let the chips fall where they may. I'm just simply saying that if you're going to say something which is counterintuitive, make it make sense. Don't come out and just say it is what it is, Cody was a great man, and then walk off the stage. That's not going to be enough.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Do you guys think that this is Meri's opportunity to let us know where she is and how she's doing and how she's going to proceed? Do you think that if she actually came out and told the truth about what happened, that she would rise in people's perspective on where they are as far as the ranking, where, you know, they love Christine, they like Janelle, Meri they're kind of lukewarm on, but Cody and Robyn they really dislike? Do you think she could raise her likability as far as that's concerned? Do you think it's important? Maybe it's not important to her. I think that for Cody and Robyn, Meri is extremely dangerous because Meri is the one person who was entrusted and was actually a tool for Cody to use against the other two wives consistently, where he could tell Meri what to do, and because she wanted to be part of Cody's family and she wanted to be part of Cody's life and back in a relationship with him, she did what he asked her to do, which means that she has more information than even Janelle or Christine may have. And she would know where the bodies are buried. So she is very dangerous. This is Meri Unleashed. Let me know what you guys think down below. That's my take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out.
'Cause I've been living life right like I